Welcome to Shelf Life, the monthly series where I look at games I covered about 6 months ago and let you know if they're still in my collection. And this month we're looking at games from October of last year. So let's get right to it and see which of these had shelf life. So first, starting in the crowdfunding corner, we have Oceans, which is from North Star Games. This is the solo mode that's coming for this one. And this one I didn't love, but what's really cool, so just like random weirdness, the North Star like offices, like the actual offices for the company are around the corner from my house. Like I could walk there in about 10 minutes. So they actually like brought me in because they just wanted to show me how they had kind of redone the solo mode and like done things up. And I didn't get to play it, but I love all the changes they made. Like every concern I had in my preview, and I guess the other playtesters must have like felt similar ways, like it being too tough, like not having enough choices, like all that kind of stuff, they fixed in what looks like a really clever way. So I wasn't like as super excited in my preview for this one, but what it looks like they've actually ended up developing looks awesome. So I'm definitely going to hopefully cover this again later, and I think it looks really good now. So that's the Oceans solo mode, which is our first crowdfunding game. Next crowdfunding one is Tesseract. This is one I enjoyed a lot. You're trying to take dice off this giant like dice cube cooperatively, and yeah, I don't always love crisis management games, sort of like pandemic style games where you're using actions and bad things keep happening. But this is one of the ones that I really do like. And by the way, Peter and I had a conversation about crisis management. I think it was for the Ares Expedition podcast. I'm not sure. But it was interesting. In that conversation, I kind of realized why I like and don't like these games sometimes. And yeah, I felt like Tesseract has really good, like, consistent kind of cooperation discussion between the players, or at least it can. The puzzle is consistently interesting. The negative stuff that happens, like, still gives you ways to, like, deal with it and kind of turn negatives into positives. So I like this one a lot. It's still not going to be, like, a top 10 game of all time for me, but within this kind of, like, cooperative crisis management genre, it's one of the better ones for me. So that was Tesseract. Good one there. And last crowdfunding one for this month is Cosmoctopus. Or that's Cosmoctopus. That's not right. Cosmoctopus. This was designed by my friend Henry Audubon. And yeah, this one's a super goofy theme. Like, oh my gosh, I could barely. When I played this with him, and I think it was like one of the PAX U's or something. And I was like, Henry, is this actually the game? Is this like crazy theme? But then it's happening. And this is a cool one. It's sort of a like tableau builder-ish, like with like actions, kind of Euro, but again, the theme is super wild. I enjoy this one. The solo mode is fine. I'd rather play it competitive. So not necessarily like recommending it strongly for solo. But if you like freaky, weird, like fun themes, if you like kind of tableau building, really like tight economy action games, I think this one's a lot of fun, a lot of variety in how you can play it. Cosmoctopus, that's our last crowdfunding one for this month. All right, now getting to our release games. First is Trudvang Legends. This one, man, I was really mixed on this one. I love the combat system, which you're seeing now, like this kind of mix of bag building and bag drawing and combat cards. Love that. But the actual story and exploration were just okay for me, not as strong as some other like narrative things. And then, oh my gosh, the Tess and some of the other like mechanics were just terrible, and it didn't like really have a way to lose, which I don't always mind. I like sort of playing forward, but it was also kind of like repetitive and grindy. So this one was a big miss for me, definitely called. Next is Resident Evil 3, the board game, and I'm a big Resident Evil fan, man. I've been tearing up Resident Evil 4 Remake. The game's awesome. But yeah, this is a great video game adaptation. I think this, like up there with maybe Bloodborne from Simon, is one of the best video game adaptations into board games I've ever seen. I think this one plays super well. I really enjoyed it. Did I keep it? No. Somebody made an offer for it that was pretty good. And you know me, I don't like to keep too many giant games. I did play through pretty much the entire campaign first, though, because I wanted to get my money's worth. But yeah, I think this game is super solid, especially if you like Resident Evil. The component like quality isn't great. And like there could be some more variety. There are weak spots. That's pretty standard for Steam Forge games a lot of the time. But still, Resident Evil 3, super solid. And I do want to play, if I get the chance, the Resident Evil 1 adaptation. That's their next one in the series. So does that mean I'm not keeping any of the games? No, Battlecrest is staying around. So there we go. Good job, Battlecrest. This is a 1v1 combat game. It's from Button Shy, so it's just 18 cards plus expansions if you want to get them. Now, do I love this game? Nah, I'd certainly rather play like Exceed, BattleCon, Sakura Arms, Summoner Wars, like so many like direct 1v1 games or like battling games. But I think it's really well done. And the key thing is it's button shy. It's taking up basically zero space in my collection. I could have like 50 of these games and still have a ton of room on like a single shelf. Now, if it wasn't like that, if it was a big game, I probably wouldn't keep it because I don't know how much I'm going to play it. Again, I definitely like those other games more. The big thing that I like, or that made me like this one better, is for the solo mode. I didn't like how they made range not matter for the automa. So if you didn't see in my video, I made my own like solo variant that adds range back in. So I definitely prefer to play my way solo than theirs. But either way, it's still best competitive, and it's a pretty cool game competitive. Like kind of the way you manage your cards and like change your options as you attack, as you're like flipping cards over and stuff. I think it's a really clever mechanic. So it's a well-designed game. Never gonna win like awards for me as best fighting game ever. But hey, it's probably in the top 10 because there just aren't that many of them that I like. So there you go, Battlecrest. That is my one keep for the month, mainly because it's small. So 6 games, kind of fewer than normal, and only one of them kept, and that one only kind of because it's tiny. So maybe not the best month for my long-term collection, but let's see how good a month it was for our guessers and get to the contest results. All right, let's see how things turned out. 57% of you got Battlecrest correct. Nice job. 41% of you thought Resident Evil 3 would stick around. Sorry about that. And only 27% of you believed in Trudvang Legends, and your beliefs were for nothing. And getting to the actual contest results, we have a whole bunch of people who got it correct this time. I think over 50 or so. We've got people in yellow are our Patreon supporters. They get double entries. Paul Round and Phil Hole in red did not want to be entered in the contest, but also got it right. So I'm going to roll a D4 and then a D20 and see how we do. All right, so we're in column 3 and with a 4. Which means it's Frederick Fabiano is our winner for this month. Frederick, congratulations. I'll be sending you an email to see what prize you'd like. And the rest of you, thanks for your entry, and go check out the video description for your chance to win next month when we'll return to Shelf Life. So until then, good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.